evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back in the studio live. I am one host, Ardrin, with married, it's complicated. To my right, I have my brother-in-law, David, and my best friend in the world, KK.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Good evening, y'all.
We are here for another episode, and we have a lot of hot topics. But first, we are going to jump into. You want to go ahead and announce our petty person of for the gift certificate?
Yes.
Last week's
show.
show.
Last week's show, if y'all remember, we asked everyone to send in their comments about the pettiest thing they've ever done, and we all each have our favorite. So we're going to announce our favorite, and then we'll vote on, or you guys can tell us which ones you think is the winner. Mm-hmm. But for me, it was, I think Curtis posted it, and it was about going through the drive-thru. Mm-hmm. And a lady was blowing her horn, rushing him to get through the drive-thru. Mm-hmm. So he paid for her food. He paid for her food because she was behind. And then he went ahead and he kept the receipt, but she kept on honking the horn. And he was like, bless you or whatever. But then she kept on. So he ended up getting his food and her food. Since she was being so impatient, and drove off with both of their food since he paid for it and was like, well, now you just have to wait and order your whole food again. I thought that was real petty.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Okay. All right. Now, my favorite petty moment of last week's or last month's episode was there was an individual, and forgive me, I forgot your name. He had a falling out with a significant other, with his spouse. So knowing how petty his spouse was, he counteracted that. So in doing so, what he did is he knew that his spouse would change the locks on him once he went to work. So what he did is he left one of the windows unlocked, went to work, came home, and he tried his key. And sure enough, the locks were changed. So what he did is he snuck back into their house that they owned together, through the window that he left unlocked, changed the locks again after she had them changed, and he sat in the window watching her try to work her new key that didn't work.
Yeah. That's
so he counteracted her pettiness with his pettiness, and he won. And so I think he championed that whole scenario with foreseeing how petty
she is. So he reacted in pettiness. So they petty together.
I think they deserve.
So they deserve each other with all that pettiness.
Right.
Well, my favorite one was Lisa, cousin Lisa.
Okay.
She broke up with her. They had a bad falling out, and when they went to bed, she took all his clothes, took them outside, and put them on top of the car overnight.
On the car?
On top of the car. So I guess when the dew fell or whatever, when he got up to get dressed, he didn't see his clothes. All his clothes were outside on top of the car, wet, because I guess the dew fell or whatever. And that was it.
Oh, wow.
That.
So the next morning, he ain't had nothing to wear. Good one, cousin. I mean, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
So
that's what I meant to say.
3 of these people are very, very petty.
Yeah.
I've done some real petty stuff, but I'm not going to say because I have to check the statute of limitations. But with that being said, which one is your favorite? Because we need to give the person a prize.
Now, okay, if we have to do prize, because it's the question was, what was the pettiest thing you ever done to end a relationship? Mm-hmm. So technically, the one Curtis sent, it wasn't a relationship type situation.
Right. Mm-hmm. Correct.
So that one should be eliminated by default because that one wasn't within our guidelines.
Okay, so it was petty, but it wasn't petty.
It wasn't petty towards a relationship. So sorry, Curtis, follow the rules. But that was good.
Okay.
That was good. So I don't know. We should let our program director, our board guy, vote which one he
got
think.
a job to do. He not paying attention to what we saying.
He not? You're not paying attention? Yeah, he is because he laughing. You should. Which one was the most pettiest to you? Mine.
The clothes. He said that leaving the clothes outside on top of the roof to get wet and molded and stank.
When he trying to get them to wear to work. I thought it was brilliant. I mean, shame on you, cousin. Shame on you.
Well, cousin.
Congratulations,
Congratulations for being petty.
Yeah, Lisa Clinton Thomas.
So
bloodline.
You have a gift card coming your way. Arjun will get that to you. All right.
Yes, so that was great. That was great.
So before we get in this conversation, what cocktails y'all sipping on?
Okay.
Well,
All right.
Arjun probably got a medicine ball.
Okay.
I do. I have a medicine ball from
Yeah.
Starbucks because I've been sick. So
All right. Disclaimer: Hennessy is not a medicine ball. It is Hennessy, and drinking Hennessy, anything can happen. With that being said, that brings you to the cocktail that I have
Cocktail
chosen
hour.
for tonight. It is an oldie but goodie. It is Hypnotic, right? Mixed with Hennessy. Now, if you were clubbing around the, I want to say 06, 07, 08 era,
yes.
you understand what that is.
Yep.
Hip and Hennessy equivalates to Incredible Hulk. So this is honestly my first. I've only ever heard of it in the rap songs because I'm a married man. I
Whatever.
don't partake in the foolishness that
Whatever.
is single life.
You wasn't married in
single
06.
08, 09. But I was dating my wife. Come on, don't snitch me out right now. Come on now. I got to go home.
We didn't
to
have
this
plenty
woman.
house parties. We didn't been to plenty house
But
parties
what
together.
club did you go to? Exactly?
I did not go to clubs. I heard about it in rap
the hood.
songs. Now, Hennessy and Hypnotic makes for a very popular drink called Hypnotic. Now, with this drink, I hear that it is okay, we're going to fast forward. Hypnotic and Hennessy, Incredible Hulk, and that's what we're drinking on.
All right, that's what he's drinking.
That's what he's
on.
drinking
All
on. I can't.
So,
Yeah.
when
I'm
you
a
drink
lady.
on it, it's instead
I
of
can't
high, it's
drink
sweet.
Hypnotic.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
So
But it's a woman's.
no, that's
No,
not
it's
a
not.
woman's
Hypnotic
drink.
by itself is a
that's
No,
nasty.
it's not.
It's not?
No, maybe if you 18 or
not-
19.
I think women started drinking Hypnotic because it was blue and it was just
Right.
pretty.
Right.
That
Yeah.
is nasty as shit.
But I know women that drink
No,
straight
I take
tequila.
that back. No,
and
wait.
it's-
I take that back. When the Hypnotic came out, okay,
Come
I
on,
think
tell on
it
yourself.
was. I'm gonna have
Testify.
to. Hypnotic, pineapple juice, and a splash of club soda. I think it's really good. It's really good.
But what made you start drinking it? Because of the color? Or
Probably
because of some song? Like women start drinking Cosmopolitans because of Sex in the City.
Yeah, but I think what made me start
Didn't even know what it was.
What Cosmopolitan? No, I did not at that time. But I think that's the reason why it was like in the club. It had that glow in the dark type look. I guess
right.
I don't know, but I used to drink mine back in the day. That says something because that wasn't. 2005, 6. I just started. Anyway, before I tell myself, pineapple juice and Hypnotic. That's what I used to drink back in the day.
So for me, my drink of the day, I am drinking a. Let me turn it around.
Get it right.
Cucumber lime
Now, that's a feminine drink already.
gimlet. Yes. So I
Oh,
have
okay.
cucumber vodka. And in my cup, I muddled some cucumber and some mint with some simple syrup and my infused vodka with a little lime juice. That is made for gimlets. Well, not this one. That's the other one.
Why can't got a liquor store in her purse?
This one
She got a
right
whole liquor
This
store.
is really good. It's called Bar Smith lime juice for gimlets, and it's really, really, really good. This cucumber vodka is the bomb.
It's refreshing,
So,
I bet.
Yeah, it is. It is really good. So that is what I'm sipping on today. So excuse me.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm sick, but I will tell you what my favorite hot toddy is because I will be having that when I get home. But it is with any brown liquor, Hennessy, Jack
Henny.
Daniels. But what I really like, I mix it with Grand Marnier and Cavassier and hot tea, okay? And I put a Hall's cough drop in it. And I take a swig of NyQuil. And then I drink my hot toddy, and then I sweat and pass out.
That is
Then
not a hot toddy. That is just you being drunk.
That is
'Cause
me getting rid of my
nothing about
cold.
that drink.
That is me
said
getting rid of my
I'm
cold.
sick.
It's been working for me for years,
You
and that's
named
what
like
I do.
5 brown
I did.
liquors.
I did. I said either or.
No
I said
mint,
either
no
or.
peppermint, no
Why I need all that? I got a
nothing.
cough drop in it. I don't need no peppermint. I got a cough drop in
For a
it.
true hot toddy, you need peppermint.
No.
Do what works for y'all.
No
okay?
honey. Did
Do
you
Okay.
what
name
works for
honey and
y'all.
lemon?
She did not.
Okay, I forgot about that.
Just straight liquor.
I do. No.
Straight liquor.
No,
Now you can
I
get
put
drunk
honey
for
in
any
it.
occasion. You don't need to be sick to drink.
No, I don't drink dark liquor though. Only when I'm sick.
Okay.
Only when I'm sick and I make me a
Tanya?
hot toddy. So that's how I make it. Lisa is watching. Lisa, if you just got on, you won the most petty contest, so you get the $25 gift card. So yay, Lisa. She's on my page. She's watching. Hey, Sister Laura. Hey, Audrey. Everybody's watching. So that's my drink, hot toddy.
You guys,
All right.
while
Now,
you guys are watching, please go to our page, Married, Single, and It's Complicated. Please like, share, and go to our YouTube channel and like, share, and follow. Now let's get into this conversation. What you was about to say, David?
I was going to say, getting started, topic number one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With the state of social media and parents filming themselves disciplining their children.
Right.
Would you do that?
Film it or discipline?
Film it.
No.
Would you film it?
No.
Okay. I don't agree with it either.
No. See, here's the thing. There's different levels of discipline when it comes to, your children. There's a talking to. There's a stern talking to. There's a getting your point across. There's whoopings for certain households. Now, either way it go, social media has become such an important part of our everyday lifestyle that certain people feel that belongs on social media. It doesn't. It's a personal and intimate relationship that you have with your child. Would you want your supervisor disciplining you online?
Right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I think, like we said, looking for, I think they do it for trying to get likes or trying to get attention.
Hi, Melina.
Or trying to get to, just trying to get people to notice them, that 5 minutes of fame, to see how many people can share it.
Right.
I think that's why some people do it, because I think some of them that I've seen are over the top and extreme.
Extremely extreme.
It's too extreme.
Very extreme. And
It's sickening.
Yeah.
Sickening to watch.
Yeah. So I don't agree with it at all. It's you got to think about what it does to that child at that point, because not only are you doing it for the likes, are their kids seeing it at school, they could be getting teased at school, bullied at school. So you're opening up a whole myriad of situations for your child by doing that type of discipline on social media.
Right. Now, when I was growing up, when I was in middle school in 96, 97, 98, there was a certain level of
Them
embarrassment.
lies just fly out with that hypnotic, but go ahead.
There was a certain level of discipline and embarrassment that actually worked. For instance, parents were allowed to come to the school and give you whoopings in front of the whole class. Now, you were disciplined and you embarrassed simultaneously.
Well, we also had corporal punishment when we were in school too.
Right.
When I was in school, we did, because I'll say it in the principal's office getting.
Oh yeah, I got the strap and the paddle.
I know all about that, but I will jack my kids up. I have jacked my kids up, and I have gone up to my son's school, elementary, middle, high, and college. So,
and as a parent, you have to.
Yeah, I don't care what no one says about you two. That boy is grown. He too old. If his bills and his address still come to me, he's not grown. And when he gets in trouble at school and they want to send him home, who they sending him home to?
They send
Me
you.
to take care of, right? So it's my responsibility as that child's parent to make sure that he is doing what he's supposed to do to get to where he wants to be. So if that took me leaving work, driving 3 hours to Nacogdoches to go up there,
speak on it,
to see what the hell was going on with him, that's what I did. And I will do it.
Didn't think twice
now. And Cameron doesn't give me any problems. God, thank God. But if I had to, she already know. We'll go somewhere and a kid will be acting up and she'll look at me and she was like, I know, Mom. I know. I'm not going to do that. I was like, you sure right, because all it's going to take is that mom look.
Yes.
And then they're going to get it together.
You know what I think a big problem is these days, that some parents try to be their child's friend.
Oh, yeah.
And
Major
they
issue.
try to talk and they try to, let's work it out. And my mom put the fear of God in me. Little bitty old Rita Jewell, she let me know who was boss.
All of 110 pounds. So
all of 110 pounds
with
of
bricks
her.
in her pocket.
Right.
And I remember her telling me once when I was a teenager, I made that famous statement, why can't you be like such and such mom? They friends, they best friends. My mama looked at me and started laughing. She said, I'm not your friend.
Right.
I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm your mother. I'm raising you. We're the best of friends now, but we didn't get along when I was a teen because I was
A heathen.
Oh,
I
tell
was-
on her best friend.
I was a little
Tell on her.
fast. I was a little fast.
She said a little,
I was a little fast, a little grown, a little spoiled, just a tiny bit.
a tainch. Just
A-
tainch.
yeah.
Thank.
Just a tiny bit spoiled. Cosby Kid is what they say I was. But I think that's the problem. There's no boundaries, especially, Kay, you've probably seen it. I know when I was a flight attendant and I would see how parents would interact with their kids on the aircraft, I was like, you're going to sit there and let your child talk to you like that?
Oh my God, they're the
It
worst.
was crazy. It was
they
crazy.
are the worst.
Now, with all of that being said, a lot of parents weren't raised properly themselves and are parents today. So there is a fine line that they cross, especially with the videos I've seen online recently with discipline and abuse.
You're right. Because what I've been seeing is just outright abuse.
Right.
What I've been seeing on TV is no discipline whatsoever involved. I mean, we got whippings as kids.
Right.
And if you were with your friends, I remember my friend Ruthie, when we grew up as kids, if I got a whipping, she got a whipping.
Right.
Her mama
'Cause y'all
whipped
was
all
together.
of us.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
yes.
together when it
And-
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't no, I'm gonna go home because she about to get in trouble. No, we all in trouble
Yeah.
together.
And
Yeah.
if you tried to go home and you succeeded in going home, the phone was ringing.
phone was
This
ringing.
is what Ardrin and my childhood best friend, this is what Ardrin and Cherie did, Rita, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And so I would get a whipping then. If
Right.
not, if I didn't get a whipping at Cherie's house by her mama, when I got home, I still got another whipping.
How many of y'all got whippings with a racetrack or a ruler or a switch?
Man.
Or the hula hoop. I
Yes.
cut up because I wanted to know what was making a noise in it. So I cut up the hula hoop. My mama whipped me with it. And,
I'm gonna put it like this: my dad's belt was more than sufficient.
I think
He
whatever
didn't-
my
he-
mama went back. and
Sometimes you
reached
just
with.
your belt wasn't in reach, but this back
No.
scratcher.
I
His
understand
coat
that.
hanger.
I
Right?
understand. I understand
the
that.
cone.
But the
Right.
torture of my dad telling us to go look for the belt.
Oh yeah, that was that
Go
was
find
the
it.
longest walk and
That
longest.
was exactly.
I don't see it. I don't know where it's at.
You better find it. The
ever
quicker
try to
you
hide
find it, the quicker it's
You
gonna
ever
be
try
over
to hide
with.
it? Yeah. Oh my God.
You
You
know.
know what the worst was? You gonna get a whipping when you get home. Okay.
Right.
So I'm ready to get my whipping, but now we eating dinner, and then the day goes.
You're bracing for it the whole day.
You know, you bracing for it the whole night, and then finally, you getting out the tub because you think she forgot.
Yeah.
And so then I'm getting out the tub, and that door open up, and she got
It,
that belt.
it creaks open. It creaks open. No WD-40.
Yeah,
No grease.
I'm
no
in the
kind of.
bathtub, and it just. I'm like,
Oh,
oh no, you
Lord, that
didn't
was
get Mom. I'm sorry. I'm trying to clean out the tub. I'm in the
I
tub.
done just watched Freddie and Jason on the TV, and
And she come in there, did not tell you with that belt in the bathroom.
Lord.
Worst be nothing. Was one of
Those
me.
were the worst. And then your siblings be laughing at you.
Now Lorraine would cry. She would cry because she was too young. She didn't understand.
she felt your pain.
She felt my pain. She would cry every time I got a whipping, but I was, But then, that's the way it was. That's the way it was. So
All
if
right.
y'all have any comments about that, just go ahead and comment. We're going to move to the next topic.
Oh, someone
think-
said that these parents are just young. I mean, yeah, because our age people are grandparents and
Yeah.
and stuff right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, just this whole generation right now, you got
Kids
parents
raising
going up
kids.
to the school with the kids, urging them to fight, telling them you better go back and you better whoop her ass, you better fight, you better
But-
do all this.
but times
our
are
parents
different.
didn't do that.
Times
No.
are way different. Because growing up, and I get it. I'm a few years younger than both of you guys.
Whatever.
No
Whatever.
shade, no cap. My dad, always instilled in me, do not start a fight. But if a fight happens to come, you finish it, right? You finish it, and you do it in good fashion. You shake hands before and after the fight.
Yeah, Tanya Brown says, don't film it. Mimi says, these parents are young. Tanya also says she thinks some of the parents do it to embarrass their kids.
Right.
Artie says, making it public opens the door to public judgment.
Right.
It
And it
does.
also opened doors to CPS because a lot of these so-called parents are the most recent video I've seen on a parent disciplining their child in public and at the school had their children taken away from them. Rightfully so, because they were using not only a belt but their fists and their feet and calling the child out of her name.
Right.
Wow.
Using the B word, using the N word, and actually stomping and beating the child as if it were not their own child and something
Like she
that
was
they would
fighting
love.
some woman in the street.
That, you know, and it's uncalled for and rightfully so by CPS. Like,
Yeah, that's what.
I agree with disciplining your child. I agree with punishing your child, but I do not, however, agree with brutality when it comes to punishing your children.
Mimi says younger generations use social media for way too much. They do not realize it will stand up in court in abuse cases, and that is why they will call it abuse. So yeah, that's what you were just saying about that CPS case.
Right.
About it will hold up in court. And you got to realize once you put it
Rightfully
out
so.
there on social media, it's out there. You
It's
can't
out
take
there.
it back.
You can delete your page. You can delete the post.
But it's out there. So you may as
Hey,
well
Rhonda.
you may as well just not even do it. But social media drives so much these days. It's like you can't do anything without being on social media.
Yeah, if you take their phones away from them, they don't know how to act. Tanya just said that too.
They can't.
Yeah, they don't know how to function. A girl in my class, I'm back in school. She's 19. She just turned 19, and she asked me. She said, "Ma'am, how do you focus?" And I said, "Well, I just turn my phone off. I go to the library and whatever, and I focus and I do my work." She said, "So you don't turn on your phone?" I said, "No, I turn it off." She said, "I don't think I can do that." And the look on her face, I mean, even in class, she sits next to me now, so I'll tell her, get off your phone. Like, she's my daughter. I'm her mom. Get off your phone, because she'll flip it over and she'll just be on it. And she wondering why she's struggling in math.
Right.
She just cannot function without her phone.
Okay. All right.
Well, go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but that brings us to our next topic. AAU versus school ball. Who's responsible for information regarding academics and what kids need to prepare for college / testing, ACT, SAT, financial aid?
Well,
That's Kay's topic.
This
Yeah.
topic. And look, as I'm talking, I'm watching the score because Trey them games going on right now.
Trey, for y'all who on my personal timeline who don't know who Trey is her son who recently made it to the NBA. So let's have a moment of celebration for Miss K, who's got a son in the NBA.
Thank you. That was hard too. That was work. That was a job in itself. But
Milwaukee Bucks.
No.
he's on the G League team. See, you gonna get these people. So
Milwaukee
she
Bucks.
lying. So anyway, this conversation came up because I was speaking with a young lady at on one of the trips I was on, and her son is a senior in high school, and he's an athlete, right? So I was asking her questions. Well, did you do this? Did you do this? And she was like, no, his coach is going to handle all that. I'm like, why are you letting these coaches handle your responsibility? This is what you are supposed to do. That's your child.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm like, then you need to find out. You need to learn. So you just let these coaches call you and tell you what they want to tell you. And then you just believe it without asking, is it true? Doing any research behind it. What is his grades? What is his SAT score? What is his ACT score? What credits do he need to graduate in order to get this Division I scholarship? She had no clue. She's just listening to what other people are telling her that her child needs. And that's what a lot of parents are. They don't know. They have no clue. They just say, well, you 18, you handle it. That's your business. You handle it. I had a girlfriend that happened to her. Her child went to college, got all these student loans. Now all of a sudden she got to pay them back. Didn't even know her child had these student loans because she didn't take the responsibility of that child and handle that business. So as an AAU coach, and then you have your middle school, high school coaches, they're with their AAU coach all summer if they play summer ball. And then they're only with their school coach during school. Who do you think is responsible for getting that information to those parents if they don't know?
Coach. Without a doubt, the coach.
Right.
That's what I would think.
I think it's the coach's job because he's with that kid. He sees the potential in that child. That parent probably don't even come to no games, right? So you never even, so she probably don't have no idea, or he probably has no idea. Then all of a sudden your kid has been recruited and you don't know nothing. You have no idea. You just know, okay, he's going to go to college. But that kid doesn't know that, well, yeah, I have a D1 offer, but I can't even take it. I can't even go to this school because my grades are shitty because I've been messing around from 9th through 12th grade. Now, for me, it happened to me as a child. So I had a scholarship. I knew nothing about getting good grades. I hated school. I was a bad student. I was an athlete though, right? I didn't know I was being recruited until my senior year, and now it was too late. I had one opportunity to take an ACT, I believe, and I had to get an 18 on it in order to get the scholarship. Well, no counselors, nobody talked to me and told me any of this until like the last semester of school.
You should start a blog.
So I had to take this test. I got a 17. So I couldn't get the scholarship to Southern University. I ended up going to TSU redshirt for volleyball because of my grades that I knew nothing about, right? So I knew when I got older, I wasn't going to let my kids go through any of that. So when it came to Trey, I was very hands-on. You know that.
Yeah,
I
were.
was very
Yeah.
hands-on. When people told me stuff that I knew nothing about, what did I do? I researched it. I looked it up. I read about it. I went up to his school. And I'll say, look, my child is not a good student. He hates testing, but he got the scholarship offer. What do he need to take so his GPA can be a certain point so he can graduate, because his test scores are going to be too low. Either you're going to have a high test score or a high GPA, right? I knew he wasn't going to have a high test score because he's not a tester. So then I called the NCAA and I asked them what he needed in order to, as far as the GPA, in order to keep this D1 scholarship offer. They told me what he needed. I went up to his school, sat with his counselors, changed his whole schedule.
I remember that. That's when he was at Hot
and
Tower.
said, why is he taking this? He don't need
Yeah.
this. He need this.
I
This
remember
is what
when you
he
did
need.
that. Mhm.
And he had like 2 maths, 2 English. He could not chill his senior year for nothing because he messed around from 9th grade and 10th grade to now. Well, you got to go hard your senior year to take these classes if you want to keep this scholarship. Now, he
Now, let
played,
me ask you this. Okay, that's because you're one of those parents that are extremely involved
Right.
in your children's life. So, what advice would you give? You know, because every parent is not like you. You know, and
Right.
every parent, you know, let me even be on the fair side, saying that they might not have the time. You know, or they might not take the extra time to do that. Maybe they're working 2 or 3 jobs and they just
I
can't get
was
it.
too.
I know exactly what you're doing, but I'm saying some parents might not be able to get that involved. What kind of advice would you give them as far as finding the time for the research or making sure, or, you know, getting other people involved, like that village, to help them with that kid?
Well, the only thing that you can tell them is get involved. Now, they have to do their part. These coaches are only going to take your kids so far. And then once he gets to their point, they're done with them. Once he's in middle school, he's done with middle. They're on to the next kid. Once he's in high school and he's finished, they're on to the next kid. You know, once college is over and basketball season ends, they don't know your name. Unless you can bring something back to the university to make them look good. But it's your job as the parent to sit down, sit still, and do what you're supposed to do for your children. Now, if you yourself have no clue, you don't know because you weren't brought up that way, no one taught you those things, no one taught me. I had to learn on my own. But it's our responsibility as parents to be involved in our kids' lives and make the effort to go up to that school, go to the PTA meetings. I had to do it. You know, I had to be involved. And if it wasn't for my persistence, I mean, them coaches hated me. Some of them did because I was hands-on in their ass. They couldn't call me and tell me anything without me questioning it. And I don't care because look where he's at now.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
I did what I was supposed to do, and now I can sit back and like, whew. I
All that
watched
hard
my
work paid
child
off. All that hard
pursue
work paid
his
off.
dream, which a lot of
So-
kids can't do.
So, not to cut you off, not to be rude. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on who?
I think it starts with the coaches
Starts with the coaches,
because they're with the kid probably most of the time.
right?
And then if they see that that parent is not active, then maybe they need to get with that parent and say, hey, look, mom or dad, your kid has potential to do this on the next level. But in order for him to get there, this is what he needs. And this is what you need to do. Because that parent, if you were someone who didn't go to college, no one in your family went to college, you don't know any of that
Ignorant
stuff.
to the process.
Yeah. Because you just say, oh, you happy with a D or whatever. So it starts with the coaches to me, and then the parent needs to take over.
Okay.
Okay, from the college level, what point does it go from the parent? When do you teach your child responsibility in handling their business?
You have to teach them in high school too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm not gonna even lie. My son was very immature, and I had to stay in his business a lot longer than what I would have liked because he left everything for me. Someone approached him, call my mama, you know, because he didn't want to deal with it. But he's 24 now, and you know, now he's making a lot of his own decisions and handling his business, and I'm happy that, you know, he's turning out to be this man that I always saw him to become, but it took work.
Okay.
Matter of fact, right on the way here, I was getting ready to come to the studio, and I had my phone and my mind everywhere because I've been sick and there's a lot of stuff I got to do. And then a tweet popped up from Trey, and it said, "God is in control. Stay out of your mind," or something like that. And it popped up at the perfect time. I was like, "Okay, good one, nephew. I appreciate that one." So shout out to Trey for that tweet. I loved it.
Okay, now Kendrick Shepard, who's a very good friend of mine. I went to high school with this young brother. Now he has his own exercise situation going on. He's a personal trainer. He has his own, line of clothing going on called. Are y'all ready for this?
What is it?
What is it?
I mean, because it sets me right every time I read it. Now, the name of this young brother's exercise clothing is New Mindset.
Oh,
Oh,
I like
okay.
that. I like
Okay.
that.
I don't know why I
Right.
thought it was gonna be something crazy. I like that
Yeah.
new mindset.
New mindset.
I
Every
like
day
that.
you put this stuff on, you're supposed to have a new mindset. Every
Right.
day you work out, new mindset.
I like
now,
that.
he just said that it's the parents, right? It's the coaches only doing doing good for some players, but not all players.
Right.
But ultimately, it's the players' responsibility ultimately it's the parents' responsibility to make sure that their children are doing what's responsible for their own success and their
Yeah.
own career path.
I mean, I said that it's the parents, but it starts somewhere, right?
Right.
If
Right.
a parent has no clue, she don't know, or he doesn't
Right.
know,
Right.
who's going to tell them? If you have the information, why not share it? Why keep it to yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know, no one told my mom nothing. She had no idea. I had to learn
She
the
had to
hard
wing
way.
it and
You know,
Right.
and so then I took it upon myself to learn this information, so now I can share it with others. If I see another parent going through it and I know what they have to do, I'm going to share it. If I'm working with kids every single day and I don't never see their parents at not one game, the parent probably has no idea. Why
What's going
not
on.
feed them the information, that give them the tools that they need? How are they going to take over
That's
if
true.
they don't have the
Right.
tools they need?
agreed.
All righty. Well, that's a very good topic. So, okay, I personally think you should start like a blog or a vlog and talk about, the basketball mom experience, because you
Basketball mom
you
in the
do have
house.
you do have a lot of experience, and I think that's something that you should probably look into. I think you get a lot of
She has
followers
a
with that.
son playing for the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't care
He
what
does not
I
play
don't
for
care
the
what she say.
Milwaukee
He
He
doesn't
Bucks.
play
Bucks.
for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I don't
y'all.
care what she say or how she water it down.
Speak it into
You have to
existence.
speak things into existence. If
Speak
you read
things
the
that are
same
not as
Bible
though
I
they were.
read or
Yeah.
have read,
Speak things that are not as though they are.
I'm just going to say this. Parents, if you have an athlete
Milwaukee
that is
Bucks.
in school,
who beat my
check on
Houston
their
Rockets?
grades. From the 9th grade on, they need to have good grades. From 9th grade to 12th grade.
Make sure
They
they know
need
how to
to
spell their
take
own name.
the ACT and the SAT. Every opportunity that they get so that they can get a great score. They will take the highest score, right? Take it every chance. You get Cameron is in the 9th grade. She's taking her test this year.
Cameron's a genius.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, be active. Go to your kids' games. Speak with the coaches. Speak to these AAU coaches. Be involved. I don't care what they have to say. Oh, that mom thinks she know everything, or don't call. Who cares what they think? Get in their business, because this is your child. That's all I got to
Right.
say about that.
Amen.
All right. All righty.
All right, which brings us to our next topic.
What?
Should we date more than one person at a
Wait,
time?
wait,
Oh,
wait.
that's
When you
the
wait,
next
wait. When you
topic.
say
We
when you say we,
I'm
you
talking
can't-
about me and Kay. I'm not talking
Okay,
about
you can't. I'm a married man. You ain't
Everybody
get me
know
in
you
trouble.
married.
I'm gonna have to
Everybody
ask-
know
I'm
you
gonna have
married.
to answer uncomfortable questions when I get home. When you say we,
No,
So-
everybody knows you married. on all three. All David is married.
But
That's
you
my
were single
brother-in-law.
before.
Please know this. Like, no.
You were never
no.
single?
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing. Listen to me. Listen to me good now.
He afraid Jessica gonna get in that ass.
That's
when
what's
he get
happening.
home.
That's what's gonna happen.
You can shape it however you want to shape it. But I'm a married man, and I
Okay.
intend on staying that way.
All right, so viewers, single ladies and single men. Question: Is it okay when you're single and dating for you to date more than one person at a time, or do you prefer only to date one person at a time? When single, you just met Billy Bob at Starbucks.
Now, if you dating anybody named Billy Bob, I suggest you date more than one person at the
So,
same time,
what-
same damn time.
What do you think? Hey, Sonia.
Me, I don't think I should answer because I've been told I don't know how to date by this lovely lady sitting here. But I've always dated just one person at a time because I just don't like all that dating and going from guy to guy to guy and just, even if it's just a meet and greet or whatever, that got on my nerves. It really did.
Okay. All right.
It really did.
Here's
It just
my
got
que-
on my nerves.
Here's my question about that. Now, say one guy offers one thing that you're looking for in your significant other. Okay, your significant other being the guy you want to marry, whoever
Yes,
that is.
yes.
Right? You're Denzel Washington. So one guy offers this, but it doesn't offer that, whatever that is. Another guy is able to offer that.
Okay.
Are you able to consciously, without any guilt, without punishing yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, are you able to date more than one guy if they're all able to bring something to the table that you like and want in a relationship?
That's a great question. I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever dated more than one guy at a time. Ever. I don't think I've ever.
What kept you from doing that?
Because, well,
Oh Lord! Oh,
okay.
she saved y'all.
No, it's just that once I meet a guy and I like this individual and I don't want to say go hard. We just hang out. We constantly hang out, doing this, doing that. And next thing you know, we just together. I've
Okay.
never had to. Kate laughing at me because she knows it's true.
They just together.
We just together. That's just
You
how
my
it works.
boyfriend, and you don't even know it.
Yes.
We go
Yes.
old school 90s.
All right, so I have a question.
We go together.
We go together. We go together. You my boyfriend. You got to come to the house for Thanksgiving.
You gotta dump everybody you dating,
Yeah.
and you don't even know it. Surprise.
And that's probably why I'm still single.
Now, Kay, same
All right,
question. Same
so
question to you.
My question is, what's the question?
Have you dated multiple men?
Oh my
simultaneously?
God! Yes.
Oh,
Of course. Oh
wow.
my God. Okay, so let me define
Okay.
my definition
Speak on it.
of dating.
Uh-huh.
A date is just a date. That is it. You're not my man. I'm not your woman. We went out to eat. We went to the movies, and I came home. Right?
How many dates until he becomes your man?
We don't know. You don't put a time frame on it.
No,
You don't know.
you just have to, just.
Okay.
You don't
When
know
it falls
any of
into
Okay.
that.
So what you're saying is it's okay for you to date multiple men
Yes.
simultaneously. Is it okay for him to date
Yes.
multiple women?
I never assume anybody I meet that I'm the only person that they're dating. They just met me.
Let's get that understood. Okay. As
Yeah,
long
they
as that's
just met me.
understood, I ain't got no issue.
I mean, like if I go out, I don't know, Rockets game or whatever, and I'm having a conversation with a gentleman and we vibe, and he was like, hey, would you like to go, eat some ice cream or whatever? That's a date, right?
See, first of all,
Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant.
I'm just
So if
saying.
you invite me out to something that's
We're talking
uncomfortable
about
for me.
me.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And
for
I'm a
you.
foodie,
sorry.
and I'm gonna go. So we just went out on a date. I don't know your mama name. I don't know who your people. I don't know nothing about you. We just
Okay.
had a date. That was it. You are not my man.
Okay.
I'm not his woman. I don't care who he went out with yesterday or who he might be
Are you
going
sure?
out. I'm positive.
Okay, at this age. But what
I
about
didn't care then.
She didn't.
Okay.
She didn't.
Okay.
And Mimi says personal preference, but dating means you are dating, not in relationships with multiple people.
Exactly.
There's a difference, and that is a difference.
So that's a date,
Yeah.
right? So then if I go somewhere else Sunday and I meet someone else and he asks me out, I can go out and I don't have to lie about it to
Right.
none of them because I don't belong to anyone. I'm just dating. Now, if I meet someone and he and I vibe, and I like him kind of more than I like all the other people that I may have gone out with,
Okay.
then I might be content with just dating him, and I might not want to go out with anybody else. But he's still not my man.
Right.
He's just somebody that I'm dating. Until that conversation is had, like nowadays especially, we need to have a conversation. I damn near want it notarized on paper. We are together.
Okay.
Because you cannot assume
I was
just
about to say,
because
no,
you went
you
out with
can't.
someone
You
100
can't.
times that's your man.
'Cause your
Because
feelings
you
will get
gonna
hurt.
Look up and
Yeah.
see him out
Your
with
feelings will get
somebody
hurt.
else, and you're gonna be ready to slash his tires, and you never even clarified the status of y'all relationship.
And
I
when
understand
once he or she established that status in the beginning, if they say they are just dating and hanging out and they're not looking for anything serious, don't think just because y'all go on a few dates and you look up a year has passed and you think you serious, because I made that mistake before. I think we talked about that a little bit last show.
Okay.
Just because if he says or she says, I'm just want to date and hang out, I'm not looking for a serious relationship, don't go into it thinking that you can change their mind,
Right.
or if you are being intimate with them that's gonna woo them over.
She means having sex with.
Yeah, of course, but
That's a choice you
Translated.
made.
that's a choice you made.
Okay.
But don't think that because unless y'all you have to keep having these conversations. If y'all have been dating 6 months into it, say, where are we going from here? Do we want to be exclusive now, or are you
Okay.
still dating other people, or are we going to just keep it as friends or whatever? You have to have these conversations.
Right.
Because
That-
sometimes
that
I
is a
think
must.
single women, we automatically assume that just because he's spending all that time with us, that he wants to be with us and wants to be in a relationship
And we're the
with
only
us.
person that they're
Okay.
dating.
Now
And we're the only person that they're dating.
I'm gonna say this as speaking from the mind state of a single man, because I've been single before. Believe it or not, I've been single before once or twice in my life. Now,
Did you date multiple women?
at the same time, what you call? Wait a minute. Wait. 'cause you put me on the spot. Okay, what you call? Wait, date. Wait.
Date. I mean, you
What
went
mean?
out to dinner
Define date.
with Sally, and then you went to the movies with Jane. I mean, in the same week or month.
No, hell no.
So
No.
when you met somebody,
Uh-huh.
and you took them on a date, that's the only person that you dated until you just say, I don't like her no more.
Right.
I don't believe it.
Now here's the thing, though. Like, I don't want to say my case is a special case, but I will say this.
I don't believe it.
All right, I had a relationship in high school, right? That didn't go the way I
High
planned it.
school.
Can I talk? Let me talk, baby. Now,
You got to remember, he don't have that far back to go. He don't have that far back to go. High school wasn't that too long ago.
others have for further back to reach than I do. Now, with that being said, I had a situation that did not pan out the way that I wanted it to pan out in high school, right? So with that being said and understood in my own mind, as she's sipping her tea on me, y'all don't see what I see over here.
You know what? To me, because it's like you trying to make up the story in your head
No,
as you
I'm
go
trying- I'm
along.
trying to state
and it's
it.
like, maybe you were a little.
I'm still stuck on high school. We all done silly stuff in high school.
Oh,
high
yeah.
school. Okay, so what they want to know is
I'm talking about your
did,
20s.
did high school really impact me as much as I'm saying it impacted me? Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay.
Because I was raised to believe that once a person hurts you, once you see the error in your ways, you have to make a change.
Okay.
Right? So once I got hurt in high school, or once I thought that, okay, this is it. This is my high school sweetheart. This is all it's ever going to be. This is, it didn't pan out. Okay, now I had to analyze myself. Mm-hmm. Okay, first of all, you too young for all of this. This is too heavy for you. You 18, 19 years old. What you thinking about?
Okay.
I realized how foolish I was.
So that
okay?
one.
Now,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that one broken relationship led you to date only one woman at a time.
So, to answer that question, I'm going to say this. Sometimes it takes people multiple relationships to learn from their mistakes. Sometimes it only takes one relationship for people to learn from their mistakes.
Took you
Now,
one.
it took me one relationship. Now, I can't fault the other person in a relationship. I can only fault myself because I know what I did wrong.
Okay.
Because
makes
when
sense.
I love extremely hard, extremely strong. And I love extremely how can I say this, unconditionally.
I love too. I loved all my
18
booze.
I did
18,
too.
19 years
I
old.
loved all my ex-fiancés. I loved y'all to death. All of y'all. Everybody that I was engaged to, I really loved y'all.
This is my thing.
18,
If I met
19 was too
someone,
young for that
I
for
was
me.
gonna date until someone said, "Hey, I want to be with you. I want us to be exclusive or whatever." If I didn't hear that, then I was free to date whomever I wanted to date, and I didn't have a problem telling you about it either.
Okay, so long as you were free to talk to them about it.
Oh yeah, I was
Okay,
honest.
now, to speed things along. Okay, now I knew in my mind, because I was mature for my age. Males mature a lot slower than females.
Jessica said you're lying.
She says that often. But it's fine, because sometimes the truth is hard to accept. Now, with that being said, males mature a lot slower than females.
A whole lot.
In this particular scenario, as far as my heart goes, as far as my, longevity goes, as far as relationships, I was able to look into the future because I saw mistakes that my dad made. I saw mistakes that my uncles made. I saw mistakes that my older brothers made. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to, lose sleep at night because of something I could have changed with an apology.
Right.
Okay.
So with that being said, I matured a lot quicker than probably a lot of other males my age.
All right.
So I knew that my next serious relationship was going to be my last serious relationship, meaning that I was probably going to get married to
So
this
how
person.
would you feel? I know that you're married.
Right.
Okay, so we're not gonna, negate the fact that you are married. But when you were single,
Right. When I was single.
if you would have met a young lady and she told you that she had multiple dates, would you think some type of way about
I'm
her?
done.
Why?
I'm done.
Why? That's
Why?
so. Why?
Why am I done?
Yeah. And so she. So
I'm
it's
look,
okay. That,
I'm a one-woman man, and I
Okay.
expect for the one woman I'm with to be a one-man woman.
But you don't even know if you like
Y'all
her
just
good
dating.
enough. You just
Yes,
met
I
her
do,
and
because
asked
I'm
her
on
on
a
a
date
date.
with her.
But you have to get
This-
to know her. You don't even know what her other three personalities are like yet.
If you can't single down the men that you're dating to be with one man at a time, then I'm not the man for you. And I'm certainly not your husband. material.
Wow.
Lord Jesus.
Because
Okay,
the
that's
reason
like a
that I'm
double
on
standard.
this date with you is because I've singled down the women that I could possibly be on a date with, and the women that I could possibly be doing Netflix and chill with, to be just being on this date with you and eating dinner and possibly getting to know you with. Like, the whole reason I'm doing that and being on this date with you is to get to know you better.
And
because
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
Because if I'm looking for a list of women that I could just possibly sleep with and get a thrill with for one night, I wouldn't be on this date with you.
Okay.
Because
That's-
I'm not going to ask for sex on the first night.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask for cheap thrills on the first night. It's just not going to happen as a gentleman.
But what I'm saying is, okay, that's we're out on a date,
Right.
and you singled me out, and
Right.
because you're interested and you like me, but we're not exclusive. We're just getting to know each other, and I'm
Okay.
telling you, I feel the same way.
Let's go get drinks.
Yeah, let's go get drinks.
Okay.
I'm just getting to know you, but I
Right.
am seeing other people. But I would like to get to know you better.
Right. Okay.
And you would be done with that because I just told you
No.
I'm dating other people.
No.
Okay.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood the question.
Okay.
I'm just
misunderstood the
trying to
question.
figure it out because, like, Ardrin is single, right? You're still single?
I'm still single.
Okay, so-
I'm still single.
She's still
She's-
single,
she's
y'all.
single,
I don't know why
right?
she's still single. I think it's y'all brother's fault that she's still single. It's not her fault.
No, it's not.
This is the woman of the Lord.
Because
So-
I'm very mentally.
She got her
stable.
priorities in order.
I do.
So she's single. We leave here, say we go, I don't know, Papa Do's, wherever, I don't know. Sit down. We at
you
the
got
bar.
me at Papa Do's, baby. You take me
and
to Papa Do's.
a gentleman approaches her and they kikiing and chi-chiing, whatever, laughing it up.
Kikiing.
And he asks her, to a movie, play, concert, whatever. She feels comfortable enough to accept his date. And she goes on a date with him, one day during the week or whatever. And then they're having a few phone conversations, text messages back and forth. Then she's out at another function, with family or whatever. And another guy approaches her having conversation. And then he asks her out. Should she not go because she went out with the other guy 3 nights ago?
I'm saying
I need a yes and no.
she should do as her heart desires.
Oh my gosh. I'm going out. I'm
She-
going out.
She should do as her heart. If her
know what?
heart says,
Thank
I
you,
have
Wendy.
a lot
Thank you,
of
Wendy.
hope and faith in the first guy, so I don't want to ruin that by going out with this next guy.
No,
But if the
I don't
next
agree
guy-
with that. I don't agree with
No.
that. I don't agree with that. And that's
Why?
funny that
Tell
I
me why.
don't. I don't
Tell me
agree with
why.
that because we're just you're kind of crossing the line between dating and we're now seeing
Exclusive.
exclusive. You're crossing that thin line because if we're just dating and I meet James on Monday and go out with James on Wednesday and then meet Thursday, I meet Kevin and then go out with Kevin on Saturday, that's fine because I'm just dating. And I'll tell James and I'll tell Kevin, hey, I'm going out with my friend James, or I'm going out with my friend Kevin. If we want to be in a relationship like everybody's saying, you talk about it. You have to have that conversation. But like, Mika
Right,
said,
right.
this
But-
is the mindset of many men when it comes to women dating multiple
Right.
men.
But
some things you have to keep to yourself. I agree with that. But see, men also have the mindset of women that if we're dating multiple men, they automatically think in their mindset
You're
that we're sleeping with
them.
men too.
Or we're just going out for a free
Are we just
meal.
going out for a free meal? And
Right.
so when men look
Right.
at,
Honestly, yes,
it's
right.
okay for a man to go out with multiple women, even if he's sleeping with them, because that's what men do.
Yeah.
But if a woman
Oh,
dates
wait a
and go,
minute now.
no,
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah.
that's
I mean, I've had
so-
men ask me, hey,
Okay.
are you single? I'm like, yeah, I'm single, but I date. What does that mean? It means I'm not in a relationship with any one particular. I date. Whoever asks me out, if I want to go, I'm at liberty to go. I can go, right? Because I'm not
Okay.
committed to any one particular, right?
Okay. Okay. Let me tie in the next topic with this topic. Okay. So you go from dating multiple men to find out, trying to find out what's actually marriage material as far as what's out there on the market, right? You find marriage material. You get married. How do you keep your marriage spicy?
Well, I'm spicy altogether, so I don't know. No, I don't know. I ain't never been married.
I ain't
so
never been married.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I think, well, I'm not married, but whatever my husband likes or whatever he wants to do or whatever, then I'll do it. Whatever to keep it spicy.
Yeah.
Are we
All
talking
right.
about spicy as date night? Are we talking about spicy in the bedroom? What are we
All
talking
of it.
about?
I do
All of
think
it.
you need even if you're in a relationship, I think you need a date night. I
Yeah.
think you should
Yes.
still date each other, have a date night, even if you decided to be together. Like, I don't know, since I've never been married, but I got enough wigs in my closet to be somebody different every night if my husband needed me to
Lord,
be.
have
Who
mercy.
you want today?
I love that.
You
I
know,
love that.
Who you want? I
It is a
got
double
you.
standard,
I got
Lisa.
everybody you
But
need.
It is.
I said in the first episode, that takes a certain level of maturity.
Yeah.
Wendy said before kids or after kids, because we on the struggle bus. I'm praying for you, Wendy. I'm praying for
Lord
you.
have mercy.
But you know what I like? Okay, did y'all see that movie 5 Christmases? Or 4 Christmases?
I did
with
not.
it was with Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn. And the opening of the movie, she's sitting at a bar and he walks up to her and he says, hello, pretty lady. And she's like
Dave online.
trying to ignore him. And he was like, can I buy you a drink? And she was like, no. And he says, trying to talk to her. And she is blowing him off. Anyway, she gets up and says, you know what? I don't have time for you. You a loser, whatever. So she gets up to walk off and he gets mad and he starts yelling and screaming at her. Well, the next scene is they in the bathroom having sex at this bar, right? And so after they have their little kissing scene or whatever, they get on the bus to go to their, he's taking her home and he says, I really had a good time. It was nice meeting you. And she said, honey, we can stop role playing now. You know, I thought it was the cutest thing. I'm not saying I would ever do it, but to me, that's spicy. That's they together, but they did a role play scenario like they were strangers in the bar. People
Okay.
looking at them because they going at it, and then they go in the bathroom and do what they do. I don't recommend anybody doing that in real life though, because I don't want y'all to get arrested.
That's how kids
So-
and STDs.
Or herpes.
All right, but
And
yeah, but
herpes.
no, they no.
I'm just
But
saying.
they know each
you
other.
in no
They a
nasty
couple.
restaurant.
You're at the bar. Yeah, some restaurant. But it was one of my favorite movies. Y'all get it on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And it was cute.
Yeah, but
That's how they keep the spice
I
in their
have
relationship.
to before we close out tonight.
Herpes is forever. I'm telling you.
You keep it
I
like
need,
luggage.
to highlight a business of the show. If you have a business that you would like for us to highlight on the show, there's no cost to you. We're just trying to give back, to everyone. So I want to highlight the business of the show today is Heart Custom Homes. So
Right.
Heart Custom Homes is Black owned.
Yes, it is.
Entrepreneur. They
Mhm.
have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful homes. Their phone
Mhm.
number is 281-402-6767. Please follow them on Facebook, Heart,
That's
H-A-R-T,
gorgeous.
Custom Homes. We'll have pictures uploaded on our Facebook page, Married, Single, and It's Complicated. And you can follow them on Instagram at Heart Custom Homes, H-A-R-T, Custom Homes. Facebook, Heart Custom Homes, and you can email them at info@myhearthome.com. You know what? Home is where the heart is, right? And they're run by Keenan and Nisi
Beautiful.
Dutton. They have some beautiful homes. Please go to their Instagram page and their Facebook page and just look at the work that these Black-owned
Black.
people are building. It is
African American.
ridiculously beautiful. Okay?
Negro.
I know one of those homes look like those houses on Palm Royale in Sugarland by the kids' school.
Don't make me lie to you.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. But yeah, y'all support Black business.
Now, with that being said, keeping the marriage spicy. Being a married person, being the only married person on the podcast, I will say you have to know the parameters, the boundaries of your spouse, and their willingness to expound outside of those boundaries. Multiple date nights, multiple conversations that might seem uncomfortable to you, but they are comfortable to your spouse.
Lingerie.
You say again?
Lingerie.
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 Some lingerie.
But you need it on the head.
Lingerie.
Yeah.
You might your spouse, they might have to do some cartwheels inside the bedroom.
Ooh,
That's
y'all.
that's something y'all have to discuss.
Trey.
Let's move on to the next topic if we have time. It's going to be, where do single women go to find other single men?
Hey.
Now, seeing as though both women here are still single,
No, I'm not.
you're not single.
No.
So it should be married, single, and not so much single.
No, I'm single because I'm not married. No rings.
So she's still single, but she's saying she's not single. So I don't.
Let's just say I'm not dating multiple people anymore.
She
I just-
consolidated.
Yes, down to one.
Married, single, and not so much single.
That's what it is.
She
That's what it
changed the show
is.
without telling us she changed the show.
Right? When
I
you
don't
gonna
know if I
update your
respect
status?
that.
Or is
Yeah.
it
It's
still?
not a status to update. I'm still single. I'm not married. I'm just concentrating on one.
You know what?
So he
'Cause we-
passed all the tests.
Yeah.
A guy told me that, and that irritated me. Because he's telling me I'm single, but you in a committed relationship. No, I'm single because I'm not married, but you in a committed relationship. Well, yeah, but I'm still single, so I can do what I want. I didn't like that at all. And so because no, you're not married, but you're in a committed relationship, so you're not single.
Yeah, you have to ask nowadays when you meet someone, are you single? No. Are you married? No. Are you dating anyone? No. Is someone dating you who thinks they're in a relationship? Because
You have
the
to ask
man
multiple
will
relationship-
say
multiple-
Yeah.
they're not in a relationship, but that
Relationship-related
woman
questions.
who they went out with thinks they are
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're not forthright.
And because, because I think automatically I think that you are a liar. I mean, because you telling me I'm single, but I'm in a committed relationship. I have a girlfriend. No, you're not single then. Well, I'm not married, but you in a committed relationship. So to me, it didn't make much sense to me. But that's another topic we could talk. 'Cause I could talk about that all night long because it
Here's the
happened.
thing. To answer that question, as a married man, where do you go to as a single woman to find other single men?
I go to the library because that's my
Cigar
life.
bar.
Cigar bar.
I love cigar
library.
bars. I love cigar bars. I
You
haven't been
gonna
in a
find
while.
them as God sent them to you.
Yeah,
Right.
They can be
basically.
walking by you on the sidewalk. They
Yeah.
can be in the library. They can be in a cigar bar. They could be newly divorced. They could be.
Newly divorced.
No, men are the worst when it comes to getting over divorce. Oh, that's another topic. That's a good topic.
We can start off on the next.
That's a good
episode
topic.
on-
Yep.
Guys,
But
it was nice.
I ain't never getting a divorce, so yeah, I ain't got to worry about that. And everybody that's looking out for my wife to get a
Come on, we
divorce,
got-
let me talk to you.
Guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Catch us again in a couple of weeks. Thank you. Go follow us, please.
If you don't follow me, let me talk. I will pull up and hop out myself if you don't understand what I'm trying. Okay.